Hello, folks. Today is the third day of December 2024. Why is my camera moving? I don't know. It's bouncing around. What is going on? Maybe it's my old eyes that are bouncing around. How are you doing? It's bright and early down here, 8 o'clock in the morning in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be a nice, sunny, cold day. That cold spell has come down here and wreaked havoc. I'm having to wear long pants. It's a national tragedy. Anyway, global warming. I'm wearing long pants. How you guys doing? Two things to talk about in this video. One they're both serious, both very serious, but I'm going to take a kind of a not so serious approach to the first one. And the second one is extremely serious. We'll talk about that in a second. The second video is going to be about a speech a woman gave at the Oxford Student Union that you will not be able to find on the Oxford Union's fucking YouTube channel because, well, you'll understand when we get to it. Starting off, another alt-left influencer, big time, it seems to be migrating, putting a few little toes onto that Trump train, riding to Gravy Town, and that would be Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian and the Young Turks. Oh, lordy goodness. Oh, lordy goodness. They're on their way. They're on their way to Trump Town, to Gravy Town on the Trump train. And they're doing it in a backhanded, disingenuous, dishonest way. They can't just, all of a sudden say, yeah, we're big fans of Elon and Vivek, billionaires, creating their own agency out of thin air so they can slash the government. Get rid of that big government. Jesus. They can't just jump right on board. So they have to, couch it in a certain way. And the way they are doing that is to pretend as if, for some fucking reason, these idiots believe Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have every intention of slashing the defense contract, the defense budget. $889 billion or some shit. That's stated budget. It always goes over budget, and they're well over $1 trillion. We understand that. And they're pretending as if they believe that this is exactly what Elon Musk is going to do during the early days of the Trump administration. By the way, the Trump administration is going hell or high water, full on behind the Greater Israel Project, trying to help Israel militarily, and they're going to continue funding Ukraine militarily. How does that set with the guy in his bullshit Doge department that doesn't actually exist? How does that set with the rest of the Messianic Zionists who Donald Trump is putting into cabinet positions, real cabinet positions, by the way? How does that set with them? It doesn't, of course. But what it does do is it allows for Cenk Uygur to bring fucking the left along. That's what you do with Cass Sunstein agents. You corral them, you move them around, you move around their fucking opposition, and then you put in some cognitive diversity for them, and you bring them back into the fold. Well, the cognitive diversity in this is Elon and Vivek are saying they're going to cut the Defense Department, and the people on the left are mad because I'm going to work with Elon to cut the Defense Department. That's the cognitive diversity. Cognitive diversity. Hey, you know what? Common Dreams and all the people on the left are saying this is unconstitutional. What you're about to do to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Veterans Administration, to all these things is you cannot do it. Here's some cognitive diversity for you. We're going to bring you back into the fold. And that's what they got Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian to do. He's like, oh, why are you pissed off about that? Learn to say yes to yes. Accept yes as an answer. Come on. Elon Musk is on our side. No, he's not. And he's not going to cut the Defense Department. And you know that. Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian. You know that. You know that for a fucking fact. He would never do it, first of all, on principle alone, because he gets $3 billion a year from contracts for SpaceX and Tesla. I think it's Tesla from the Department of Defense, plus other money. You have no idea what he's invested in. Is he invested in Raytheon? Is he invested in fucking Halliburton? Is he invested? Of course he is. He's diversified. He's invested in the groups that BlackRock are invested in. State Street, Vanguard, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup. That doesn't make any sense. It's going to hurt him. And they don't have that. They didn't take that job, that made up fucking cabinet position, in order to cost themselves money. Here is an article I posted on it. Add Cenk Uygur to the list of fake lefties jumping on the Trump train all the way to Gravy Town. And you can watch his bullshit here. Because I haven't got fucking ad block on this, I'm not going to play it because you'd be forced to watch a fucking ad. Unfortunately, but there you have it. Bernie and Elon agree! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Cognitive diversity! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Come back into the fold! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Here's Elon Musk. That's $3.6 billion in contracts with Tesla and others. Now, what he might do is do away with the agencies that oversee defense spending. That'll save some dollars. But he's definitely not going to cut into the $889 or $890 billion fucking Defense Department budget. You're an idiot if you believe that. That's what he will do. He said, some people are going to suffer because of what he and Vivek are going. He's not talking about the billionaires making money from the military-industrial complex. Those are his friends. Those are his fucking colleagues. Those are people he's invested in. Cenk Uygur, Anna Kasparian, you dumb fucks. Either you're dumb or you're corrupt. I'm guessing you're corrupt. That's what he's doing. Trump taps Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to slash government. Billionaires. Dems rip Musk Ramaswamy plan for spending cuts as an illegal power grab. He said, oh yeah, I love Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman was the best. He literally said Milton Friedman was the best. Elon Musk said that. About slash big government. Privatize. And Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks would have you believe that what you need to do is jump on board if you're on the left with that program. Problem is, once you're on board with that slash those spending cuts, then you'll probably have to be on board for the rest. And of course, they won't get those spending cuts, but they will get the rest. Why are all these people jumping on the fucking Trump train all the way to Gravy Town? Like the Merrill Nasses and the Joe Scarboroughs and the Glenn Greenwalds. Well, think about it. Cenk, his original program was started by a Republican, by a conservative Republican. And he was, to start off with. But he was started off as a fake alt-left outlet. And he was financed a lot of money. And then, about 8 years ago, a big donor to Hillary Clinton's program, campaign, whatever, back in the day, donated another $25 million. She's all corporatist. She's all DLC. She's also 100% behind Milton Friedman and dropping the economic brick on the people of the United States. She's a neoliberal. That's not left. That's fake left. Her donor and one of her backers pumped a bunch of money into Cenk Uygur's team, into his fucking program. So he's been supported by people who support this kind of policy for a long time. Now Cenk's got to make the switch. Now he's got to make the shift. Now he's got to shift over if he wants to continue. The other problem is this for old Cenk and Anna and whoever else is there. Donald Trump has already promised he's going to shut down. He's going to use any tool he can to go after anybody who has anything negative to say about his fucking Augusto Pinochet economic policy, domestic economic policies. They will shut them down. And Cenk is big enough to get the attention. Even they'll eventually get to little small guys, little small outlets like myself. But Cenk is big enough to be, to garner attention very quickly. So, of course, he's making the shift. So did Jimmy Dore. So did Joe Scarborough. So did Glenn Greenwald. They've all jumped ship. They've all jumped ship because, well, for the most part, Jimmy Dore is about money. Pure and simple. Don't forget, Jimmy Dore got his start in this line of work after he was a failed stand-up comic. Yuck, from the Poconos. He got his start with Cenk Uygur. Just a fact. So he's amoral anyway. This is his God. Money is his God. Attention is his God. That's it. So him making the shift is meaningless. Glenn Greenwald was a Republican. Back in the day, when he started, he was on the right. Very much so. And he just saw a niche in the Salon magazine and these things. He saw a niche and he went with it. But he was a Republican. Back when he ran, his main gig was running alternative lifestyle websites. Expect to see more. Expect to see more. People are going to understand that there's going to be no fucking future, no profit, no living the good life like they are now, making all kinds of money, if they remain on even the fake left. So, Cenk and Anna and the Young Turks are making the transition. What are you going to do? We'll just watch them all drop off, one by one by one. This is how it happens. This is how it goes. This is how it works. And then, in the end, when we win, and this stuff is fucking... Because, listen, you have no idea just how bad Project 2025 really is. You have no idea how bad this thing with Trump is going to get. Understand this. I want you guys to, because, Cenk is like, yeah, take yes for an answer. When are you going to learn to take yes, you dumb fucks? He's on our side. No, he's not. And he's a liar. And, by the way, Cenk Uygur, so are you. So, fuck you. We know what's going on. And we know what you're doing. And we'll do the best we can to make sure everybody else knows exactly what you're doing. Speaking, and to that end, I want to say something else, too. This is about, I'll make 3 damn videos. This is about Donald Trump and his tariffs. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. Cutting big government is not going to take money. Social Security isn't costing the government a dime. It's costing your employers, and it's costing you a little bit. It's not costing the government a dime. They're going to take it because, like George Carlin said, they want it back. They want that fucking retirement money of yours back. And they want to privatize it, and they want to put it in their fucking funds. And then, oh, look, gosh, bagosh, we just lost 13, 14, 25, 38%. Oh, well, better luck next time. And then they'll go along for a couple more years, and bagosh, oh my goodness, we lost 38, 48, 58%. Better luck next time. That's what you get when you play the markets, the glorious markets. That money's not being lost. That money's being stolen. Just like what happened, the TARP bailout, before the TARP bailouts and the crash in 2008, 2007. You think that money just vanished into thin air? No, they stole it. They took it. It's gone. My father lost over $100,000 of his savings. It didn't just evaporate into thin air. It was stolen. They want to do that with Social Security. And Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to do all they can, all their best efforts to allow them to do that. While Cenk and Anna Kasparian give them cover along the way. Now, let me tell you something about this whole tariff plan, because you guys don't seem to understand, or some people don't seem to understand, so I'll explain it to you. Tariffs aren't going to hurt China. Tariffs aren't going to hurt Canadian businesses or Chinese businesses or Mexican businesses or businesses throughout the rest of the fucking world. They're not. Let's say China has a company. China is a regulated market economy. These aren't state-owned businesses. We're going to stick it to China. These are businesses. In some cases, businesses with U.S. fucking billionaires investing in. Just so you know. China has a car for $30,000, and they want to sell it to us, which is a good car. It's a happy car for $30,000. And it's a nice, inexpensive car, very well made. Oh, okay. That'll be great in the market. Fuck you. 100% tariff. Already on certain ones, like electric cars. But fuck you, 100% tariff. So that car now costs $60,000. The $30,000 in taxes doesn't come from the Chinese business. It comes from U.S. taxpayers. It comes from you. That's where it comes from. So it's not hurting China. It's hurting your pocket. Your pocket. Understand? Good. So what might happen is they might say, oh, okay, well, no one's going to buy that car now, so what do we do with the car? I guess we got to throw it in the garbage heap. No, dumbasses. They just sell them to other fucking countries. They get the good car for $30,000. Their citizens get to drive them around. We then have to get a fucking piece of shit Ford or Chevy for $46,000. Do you understand the concept? It's not helping you at all. It's not hurting China at all. It's not even hurting Chinese businesses at all, because they're going to sell to somebody else. They can only make so many. That's cars. We don't have to have a Chinese car. How much coffee do we drink in this country every day, every morning? How much coffee does Starbucks go through? Do we produce coffee? Not much. Not much at all. How about chocolate? Point is, there are things that we're going to need to purchase. And when you slap on those tariffs, 25% in all these other countries, 100% at fucking China, to punish whom? Right, us. And there'll be other stuff coming in from China that we'll have to purchase. Like, say, cell phones, for example. That additional money, that tax, is not going to hurt the Chinese company that makes it. That tax is going to hurt you and me. Do you understand? That's how tariffs work. They're called a duty. If you go to the Cayman Islands or someplace, Cayman might be duty free in my point. If you go to Spain and you come back from Spain and you've got a bunch of stuff, some goods, you're going to pay a duty on those. That's a tax. You got to pay it. That's the same thing. He's not putting the tax on to harm China. Certain essential things will still be purchased and brought in from China. It's just going to be, you're going to have to pay additional money. There was one fucking analyst who just recently said, get ready for $25 lattes at fucking Starbucks. That's a thing. That's a thing. Now, you're like, well, Scott, why would he do that? He's doing it to stick it to China, to teach them a lesson. No, he's not. You know what he's doing it for? I'll tell you exactly what he's doing it for. Because back in 2017, they passed something that he said was going to trickle down all over us. Trickle down all over us. Did it? No. And that was the big mega tax break for billionaires and big business. A lot of money went out of the government that was supposed to be coming in the government to help run the government. And there was nothing planned to help offset that fucking loss. So we went at more of a deficit. The deficit went up. We don't want that. That looks bad. Bad. Gee, I wish there was a way we could increase the tax for the American people and make the American people pay more of a tax while big business and billionaires paid less. Let me think. What could possibly China. Wait a minute. The light bulb goes off, doesn't it? Now learn to take yes for an answer. Come on, guys. He's going to cut the budget of the fucking military. Come on. Get on board with Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy. Yay. Does anybody fall for that stupid shit? Seriously, does anybody fall for that stupid shit? Anybody? Has anybody fallen for it? I mean, I guess his regular viewers, Cenk's regular viewers, Anna's regular viewers, I guess they would. You know, DSP has regular viewers, and they fall for his dumb shit. So I guess there are people, you know, who would fall for fucking Cenk's. But that's the deal. That's what the whole fucking tariff thing is all about. We got to crank up the fucking taxes on the American people for everyday items, including we do import some fuel, don't we? We got to crank up the tariffs on those, make them pay more money into the government to offset the trillions of dollars they're going to give back to big business and billionaires. Because that's one of the first things he's going to do is reinstate his tax cuts from 2017. So that way that deficit won't skyrocket again. And they can drag that out. You know, and when you guys start looking at your fucking paychecks and they're not going as far and things are costing more and you're going, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, but we're sticking it to China. No, you're not, because the Chinese business is selling their fucking cars someplace else. Or the Chinese business that's sending over fucking phones or sending over fucking sugar or sending over fucking coffee or sending over fucking rice that we have to purchase, they're getting the same money. Your tax is being paid by you. So in effect, you are offsetting the tax breaks for the billionaires and big business. And that, boys and girls, is neoliberalism at its finest. At its finest. That's the Trump train. That's the Trump train to Gravy Town. As clear as I can make it. I'll see you in the next video.